What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of A Creator's Journey. I'm your host, as always, Peter Whittam. You can find this podcast at peterwhittam.com. In this episode, I'm going to give you a little tip if you're a Canon user. Now, I use a Canon EOS M50 for my webcam, for recording these podcasts, right? But essentially acting as a webcam, and I use it on my live streams as well. Ordinarily, you can connect it via a mini USB to your machine. Away it goes, and you'll need some kind of software. Canon has a webcam utility that you can use to capture that input. Now, the problem becomes when you want to use the HDMI output. Now, I have switched to using that. I'm using it right now. But what happens is there's no way around this. The Canon EOS M50, after 30 minutes of giving you a output from the HDMI port, it's going to stop the throughput. It's going to stop sending it out through the output. And you have to turn the camera off or unplug it and put it back in again. A real pain when you are recording things like a live stream, as you can well imagine. Now, there's a variety of different reasons out there, theories on the internet as to why that is. But ultimately, I'm going to give you the fix here that I've come across, and this was after researching on the internet. What you need to do is, if you are using one of these cameras, and I'll put a link in the show notes because it's a fantastic camera, I love it. But what you need to do is, you need to install the EOS Utility 3 software. You can find that for Windows, for Mac, whichever platform. You just install it. Now, all you need to do at this point is just have that application running in the background. And if your camera is connected via the USB port and the HDMI out, that will keep that signal alive beyond the 30 minutes. It's a bit of a weird workaround, but it works. And I think the reason being is because you've got that live connection through the USB to the camera using the Canon software, somehow it keeps that HDMI out alive for longer than 30 minutes. Again, I'll put links in the show notes for this. I hope it helps because it's been a major pain for me. My favorite camera that I've got is my Fujifilm X-T4. I really didn't want to have to set that up behind my desk like the Canon is right now that I'm using here, because it's back there set up on the tripod with the cables and everything else. And I didn't, I used my X-T4, my Fuji camera for taking pictures. This Canon one is now dedicated to this webcam task. So I needed to solve this problem. I found a lot of people having this problem, so I really hope that this helps. I know this is a bit of a tips/help episode, but it turns out a lot of folks, a lot of creators are having this situation. So I felt that this was really applicable to this podcast, to this video cast, and so I wanted to put it out there. Really hope it helps. If it does, let me know. Leave something in the comments, the reviews, whatever. But remember, just have that EOS Utility 3 software running in the background, and then just use your OBS or whatever software you're using to capture your live stream, your video recording, whatever. Just use that as you normally would. Just make sure that EOS Utility 3 software is running in the background. You should be good to go for more than 30 minutes, which is just a weird workaround, but it works. I hope this has been helpful. Like I say, I know it's a bit of an unusual episode, but it turns out this is a big deal for creators because it's a very popular camera. I'll put a link in the show notes for the camera, for the software. It is an affiliate link for the camera if you're interested, but I have been using this camera since it came out, the first version. There's a V2 now, and I absolutely love it. But this was one problem that I needed to resolve. Wanted to get this out there to help all of you. That's it. See you in the next episode.